Good morning, student. I am D. Sujata, now working as a TTWRDC Suryapeta. I am from Department of Botany. As we know, as you know, our nature has wide variety of flowers. Today's session, I will discuss about sexual reproduction in plants. Today, I will focus on these topics. What is meant by sexual reproduction? Parts of flower, structure of anther, microsporangium, pollen grains. Let's start with what is meant by sexual reproduction. Production of new organisms of same species is called sexual reproduction. Reproduction mainly two types: asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction. What is meant by asexual reproduction? Production of the new organisms without any gametes is called asexual reproduction. What is meant by sexual reproduction? The production of new organisms with the combination of male and female reproductive system is called sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction generally seen in the highly developed organisms like animals and also plants. As we know, in animals, male and female reproductive system are present. But what about in plants? Yes, plants have male and female reproductive system. They called as androecium and gynoecium. Where we will see in the androecium and gynoecium? Here you can see this flower. Here you can see this flower. This is rose flower. This is rose flower. Flowers are one of the most beautiful gifts given us by nature, isn't it? Flowers also called sexual reproductive part of plant. The remaining part of plant totally vegetative, but only flower is sexual reproduction in plant. So, because it is responsible for carrying out sexual reproduction. Flowers are mainly two types: bisexual flowers, unisexual flowers. What is meant by bisexual flowers? But I know you all know this, but to recall once again, I am saying this. What is meant by bisexual? Flowers has both androecium and gynoecium is called bisexual flowers. For example, hibiscus, lotus. This is lotus. It is flower. This is lotus. So it is a bisexual flowers. Bisexual flower means the flowers has both male and female reproductive system is there. It is called bisexual flower. So what is mean unisexual? Do you know papaya? So papaya is a unisexual flower. So a flower having either stamen or carpel is called unisexual flower. These are connected to daily life as we see all these flowers in our surroundings. So the flowering plants called angiosperms plants, isn't it? We know flowers consist of the four parts: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. These are flowers having parts. So what is meant by calyx? This is also known as sepal. This part is calyx. So it is a green color. This also known as a sepals. It is the green color part of the leaf-like structure at the flower base. So protects the young bud flower. So it is purpose of the protect of the young bud of flower. So second part is the corolla. So corolla also known as the petals. Petals colorful and attract the insects for the purpose of pollination. This is bright colored part of the attract bees, insects and birds. So to attract the pollinators, they protect the reproductive parts of the flowers. So third part is third oral part is the stamen. So stamen, see this lotus stamen having the two parts. The top of the anther, this white part is the anther. It is stalk like structure. This is called filament. So these are two types. These are two types, anther, filament and anther. Anther is a bilobed structure and anther is bilobed structure. It is a male reproductive part of a flower. It typically consists of the two parts. This is filament in this anther. So filament appears as a long slender and stalk like structure found in the stamen. So anther as a bilobed structure that carry the pollen grains in the pollen sac. It is a male reproductive part in the flower. So it purpose of the pollen grains are descents of. So this is anther. In angiosperms, the male reproductive part are stamens. The stamens have filament and anther. So the anther is present at the end of the filament. Anther is a two types. These are first one dithecous and monothecous. Dithecous means anther having two lobes. It is called as a dithecous. It is found in many plants. In dithecous anther, the septal wall divides the anther into four lobes. Is called dithecous. What is monothecous? Anther having only one lobe is called monothecous. This is found in the Malvaceae family. Only one septal wall is found which divides the anther into two lobes. Anther is known as a microsporangium. Ovule is known as a megasporangium. So it is a filament. Already I told you this is air like structure. Stamen which bears the anther. So structure of anther, it is mainly two types, dithecous and monothecous. So dithecous means it is the two lobes. Monothecous means it having the only one lobe. So anther is known as the microsporangium. Microsporangium consists of the four layers. They are epidermis, and second one is endothecium, middle layers, tapetum. These are four layers in the anther. Outermost layers protect the pollen and help in descent of the anther to release the pollen grain. So what is mean by anther? The anther is a structure found in the male reproductive part in the flowers. Refers to as a stamen and androecium. It has a knob-like structure. See this is knob-like structure. Which having the two lobes joined together by the connective tissues. It carry the pollen grains within the microsporangium, which further development into the pollen sac. So the pollen grains are released out during the process. It occurs the anthecus. So first I will talk to about epidermis. It is a outermost layer of anther which is a single cell in thickness. What is mean epidermis? It is outermost layer of anther which is a single cell thickness. So consisting of the single layer of cells, it does not have intercellular spaces. The epidermal cell it a mature anther become the stretched the much flattened. So this is the epidermis. What is mean epidermis? It is the outermost and protective layer of the microsporangium consisting of the single layer of cells. It does not have any intercellular spaces, the epidermal cells in mature anther. So some of the epidermal cells are large in size. It is called the stromium. The stromium helps in the descent of the anther. Some of the epidermal cells are large. It is called the stomium. What is mean by stomium? The epidermal cells are large in size is called stromium. The second layer is called endothecium. So endothecium, this is formed, it is a transverse section of anther. This is formed by a single layer cells below the epidermal cells. These cells are large in size, do not have intercellular spaces. These cells are made up of callose and cellulose. Endothecium is made up of the cellulose. So third one is the middle layer. This is, it is found in the below the endothecium. This large is made up of 2-3 cells are present in the starch. So this is middle layer. Next to the endothecium and this layer, tapetum. So it is the innermost layer of anther wall. It composed of the single layer of cell characters by descents of depending upon the behavior. Tapetum is of the two types, amoeboid tapetum and segregatory tapetum. What is mean by amoeboid tapetum? It is a primitive type. Later during the drying up process of anther, periplasmodium hydrates and deposits of the cytoplasma of pollen grains. Segregatory tapetal cell remain the attached to the middle layer till the development of the pollen grains. Function of tapetum. The function of tapetum, the nutrients are transported through the tapetum to the sporogenous tissues. Tapetum is involved in the synthesis of callose which release microspore in tetrad by the degrading the callose wall. So degrading the callose wall. The tapetum plays an important role in the formation of exine. So what is main function of tapetum? The nutrients are transported through the tapetum is the sporogenous tissues. Pollen kit, lipids and carotenoids is formed by the tapetal layer. It is a insect attract and protect the pollen from the ultraviolet. Structure of the pollen grains. Structure of the pollen grains, it is consist of the mainly 3 parts. The pollen grains are reproductive cells of flowering plants. Pollen grain consist of the hard outer wall exine and inner wall intine. 2 nuclei in each pollen grain surface is made up of the 3 layers: inner wall, outer wall and pollen coat. So inner wall is consist of the cellulose and hemicellulose. Outermost the sporopollenin. It generally pollen grains have a double structure.